What's up, witches? Welcome to Magic and Makeup. It's your lady Rebecca here with a beautiful 1940s, 50s vintage look for you. If you like what you see, be sure to just keep watching. We're going to get right on into it. Hi, everybody. Welcome, witches, gents, ladies. How are we? Hope we're doing good. So I'm going to do hair and makeup for you, and I'm going to do something kind of vintage, but in like my me sort of gothic, edgy, weird style. I am going to be doing this makeup look with glasses in mind. In case you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. Actual glasses. So we're priming, you know the drill. And I always go in by priming my lids first. I know I said that in my last video, but there's a reason for that because I don't want to fix fallout on my face. That's why I do my eyes first. And the concealer I'm using is Infallible Long Wear by L'Oreal in Vanilla. I really recommend this brand when you are hard to color match. So if you're very, very fair, but you have like olive skin tone like I do, where I'm super pale, but it's olive at the same time. Usually when you think of olive skin tone ladies, you think of like medium to dark Italian ladies, you know, or men. But I'm not like that. I have very Irish genes in there somewhere, Scandinavian genes, but my father's Native American, so hence olive skin. The past couple of times I've been filming, I decided to use this. And I just got this. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Translucent Loose Setting Powder. Big Daddy. I like it. It's good. It's good. I like it. I would rebuy it. I can say that. Now, with like a very 50s, sort of 40s makeup look, they didn't really use shimmers back then, obviously. That was not the thing to do. But we are not in the 40s and 50s anymore, so we are going to use shimmers. But first, we're gonna do the crease, and that's pretty much all we're gonna do. We're just gonna do crease magic and like some shimmer up on the brow bone and call it a day, because the whole point is you want to illuminate the shape of your eye and not have the makeup on the eye be the focus. MAC 224, favorite brush of all time. And I think I'm going to take Riff right there, if you can see that. And we're just going to dip it in a couple of times, tap off the excess. And if you want more control, hold the brush at the bottom. I don't think I want much more color than that, actually. So from this point on, I'm just going to be like blending it up, kind of maybe adding a little more, but not a lot. I have like round but almond eyes, so I kind of like to accentuate their natural shape. And I want you to keep in mind that when you do your makeup, one of the best things you can do when you're doing your makeup is compliment yourself. I like my eyeballs today, so we're going to go with it, because believe it or not, everything follows. One thing I want you to see that I'm doing here is I am sort of raising my eyebrows a little bit to check that color and make sure that they are the same. I think I got a cat hair on my nose. That's sexy. That's great. Yeah, filming. Filming with cat hair. I am now taking MAC 221, and I'm going to use this on my brow bone. Breakaway. I'm going to take Breakaway. And this is a really nice, subtle shift here. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take that same color, Riff, that we use, and I'm going to pack that color on the outer lid area. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is so you can get a really nice, pretty transition without working super hard, where I don't have to do a lot of blending, and then just to kind of wake that color back up. You don't need to be super awesome at brushes. If you're not, it's okay. Stranded. Let's go with Stranded right there. Like that color. And I'm lifting up my eyebrow while I do it. And I'm popping that on my lid. Now these shadows are really great if you use like a setting spray. You can get them wet and you get a lot more color payoff and pigment, but because I don't want anything super poppin', because I typically like that to be on my highlight, I always add a little bit to my finger and then sort of pack that shadow on a little bit more. And the reason why I do that is because the oils on my skin help sort of keep that shimmer and those reflective pigments in the eyeshadow woke up, if that makes sense. It's brighter. Good is gone. One time. That's it, just once. And going very light. I'm barely touching my brow bone. Go back in with your 224. No additional product. Now, if you weren't going in with eyeliner and you wanted to do this, then I would recommend doing sort of like a triangular shape and connecting that dark shadow to the bottom. But because I'm going with eyeliner, I'm not going to need it. Okay. Foundation, and I'm using Advanced Real Moisture by Touch and Soul in shade, what the fuck is this? Number 23, Natural Beige. See, I told you, your hair will hex you. And my beauty blender is damp. Saves me product. And just pat it in until you get it where you want it. Cover up the Rudolph nose. Why don't you diagnose me? Like, I don't know, take blood work. Like, I talked to a naturopath about it too, and she was like, you actually could have lupus, so I'm going to test you for that. Turns out I do not have lupus.
It's never lupus.
But, you know, no one knows what's wrong with me, apparently. Concealer. Moving on to the same one. This is pretty powerful stuff, so I only like to put it under my eyes at first because I generally will have enough to go around the rest of my face and highlight the areas I want. Blend it up around the brow like a Batman mask, but it's concealer. Might as well be a Batman mask though. Setting powder with Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair Light. And again, I'm not pressing hard. And then as I go with this, my pressure will get harder.
That's what she said.
You're probably wondering why I do that, or I don't press very hard at first. It's because I don't want to move around my foundation. I don't want my foundation to transfer onto my powder brush. I mean, it's kind of unavoidable, but if you're not pushing the product in very hard, you're not going to move your foundation around and have to go back in and reapply and all that. As the day goes on, your powder will not look powdery, chalky. It'll melt into your skin. So I'm taking some of that powder on my Beauty Blender, and that is how I'm setting my eye. So, eyebrows. We are using Anastasia Beverly Hills brush number 20. Comb through the brows. Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. I put a line at the bottom because that's where your eyebrows would be darker in the light. All I do pretty much is just comb that product through, because women back then, they used mostly eyebrow pencils. You know, back in the 40s and 50s, that's what they used back then. So I don't want anything that looks too carved. Obviously it's an updated, 2020 thing because we have all those nice products now, but to kind of keep it softer and a little bit more in line with that era and that time period. Now all you want to do is do what you did on the other side and just comb the product through. Highlighter. I'm using 2, and I love combining highlighters. I don't know why, I just think it's fun. Okay, I'm a makeup artist. So I'm combining Becca Champagne Pop. It's seen a lot of love. How Many Carats Diamond Balm by Fenty Beauty. And I'm going into Champagne Pop first. Okay. And I'm going to push that onto the skin. You can slightly get your brush wet, like with like a little spritz of setting spray if you have it. Powder and matte your entire face down to fake dewiness again. Cupid's bow. There. See, how do I like that? So now I'm going in with the Diamond Balm Fenty and putting that on the top. I'm only doing that on top of my cheekbones. I'm not doing that everywhere else. Now I am seeing from a mile away bronzer, Bahama Mama bronzer. Best shit in the world if you're pale. And I like it because it's not orange. It's not too warm. So like, that's really nice because like in the colder winter months when I can't really warm up my bronzers and I need them to be a little bit more neutral and cool, this is always my go-to one, no matter what. Just because my skin tone is super hard to match, I know that this bronzer will be great. It's not going to look orange, it's not going to look ashy, it's not going to look anything other than what I want it to look. And that's exactly what we want. Pop that in your bone area. And I'm starting in the back, moving my way forward. Pop it in the crook of your cheekbone. If you cannot find where that is, just suck in your cheekbones or your cheeks like that and you'll find it. Using whatever is left over, I never re-dip when I use this on my chin. Because if you do that, I can almost guarantee you it will always look like product. And I always spend an extra couple of minutes blending out this area. You don't want this area to look like you have makeup on there. You just don't. Let's do the nose now. I don't have one of those cute button noses. I never will, and that's all right. We're going to contour that just a tiny little bit. I will just take a 224. I swear to God, this brush is your best friend. Always. Just look straight on ahead at yourself in the mirror when you do it. Don't tilt your face this way or that way because then you won't get it straight. Just look at yourself straight on. 12 o'clock. And then if you have a long nose like I do, you want it to look a tiny bit shorter. And again, you're looking at yourself straight on. My nose is also slightly crooked. I got in a fight when I was young. I'm going to go back in with my Fenty Beauty highlighter and I'm going to highlight my inner corner of my eye, and I'm using my finger to do that. And I'm just going to get that right in there. Mascara. Mascara. The Balm Mad Lash Black Mascara. If you hold a mirror and look down at it, you won't get any mascara on your lid up in there if you look down. If you have long lashes like me, you want to make sure you're not going to look up anytime soon. Now, bottom lash. We're going to do blush. I'm gonna go for Walk of Fame. It's sort of like a bronzer, but it's not. With my blush, I'm just sort of packing that on gently. To keep in light with like the whole 50s, 40s pinup vibe, I'm gonna go with the color Pinup. It's by Ciate London. It's one of my favorite makeup lines out there. So I'm going to line my lips first with Essence Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner. It's waterproof. It comes with a sharpener. One quick thing. If you are, say, going to like a wedding or an event and you need your lips to look a little sharper, it's very easy to fix. I'm going to show you how to do it here. And I'm taking a little bit of concealer on my hand here, and I'm going to sharpen up the corners. Setting powder on the finger. Even if you get a little bit of powder on your lips, don't worry about it, it'll help. It'll keep it from bleeding. And this is a trick that I like to call baking your lip line. I mean, we bake our bronzer when we cut it, right? We bake our under eye these days. Bake your lip. Hey, take out the bang. I air dried my hair, mostly. And then I rough dried it. And what I mean by rough dry is meaning I just blow dried it without using a brush and like brushing it through. And then what I like to do with my hair, without any rhyme or reason, is pick up sections of it and then kind of just pinch it. The reason why we want it not quite so sleek when it's freshly washed is because we want it to have some grip. So you can see where I'm kind of going with that. So then I just pick up the sections above my ears, haphazardly just pinch them together. And this is probably one of the easiest and cutest ways I can put my hair up to make it look all right. All right. I've got quite a bit of hair, so if you have a lot of hair or thicker hair than I do, use smaller sections, okay? So I'm going to use a smaller section instead of just pinning up that whole thing. Pin it right there first. And I'm almost going underneath like the bun section, if that makes sense. I want it up. I'm going to use my bobby pins to crisscross that section. So the very last bottom section, again, is almost pushed and pinned underneath the bun area there. And it should look something kind of like this right now. Fold it underneath. Now that we've been doing our hair, you can check out my lip area. You can see how that powder is starting to not look as powdery. It's because the natural oils in my skin are starting to mix with it. Just sort of pull those pieces apart, fiddle with it until you get it where you want it. Alright, so your hair should look a little something like this. So, bandana, I have it all folded the way I want it. You know, this would actually be a really super cute look for 4th of July. Now that our hair is done and we have our bandana up in here, and just getting it the way we want it, we're going to take our beauty blender and push the edges of our powder down. And what is a 50s look without hoops, huh? All right, I think we're done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you loved this video. Nice, beautiful, glam, 50s, 40s type look that we did here today. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Be sure to like, hit, and subscribe before you go, okay? Mean a lot to me. Hold your brush. Hold your brush at the bottom. Today, I'm going to, what am I talking about? What is this? Setting powder. Jesus.